Do you see yourself working as a flight attendant in 10 years? No. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Andy. Welcome. I am a Johannesburg based flight attendant, and I'm going to be answering another Q&A for you guys in my car. So I realized that I have been getting a lot of questions from you guys that are like somewhat basic, like early stage questions, I feel like. And I think either it's because you're new to my channel, which if you are, again, welcome, I'm so happy to have you here. But also in my mind, I thought that I had answered these like in the beginning stages of my channel, but I don't think I did. It never hurts to answer those basic questions for new subbies. I appreciate every single one of you guys that ask me questions. For today's Q&A, there are 3 young ladies that asked me questions, but they each asked me a bunch of questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of those. So guys, I just want to quickly disclaim something, because I have been mentioning this in my my last few handful of vlogs, but because this is a Q&A and I feel like a lot of people that want to become flight attendants will watch this video, I just want to highlight the fact that right now you have almost no chance of getting a job as a flight attendant, and that honestly breaks my heart to say, because the reason I started my channel was to help you guys also become flight attendants and to share my experience as a flight attendant, because I enjoy it so much. But unfortunately, we are still in a global pandemic, and COVID has hit aviation incredibly hard. Here in South Africa, we were forced into a national lockdown, so airlines were not allowed to operate any flights whatsoever from, I think, the 26th of March until the 10th of June was our first flights back. So that's about 3 months of aircraft just parked at the airport, not doing anything, not going anywhere, not bringing in any revenue, while the airline still had to pay salaries and whatever else it is that they needed to pay. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. I just want to put it in perspective for you that airlines right now are legit bleeding money. Right now they have too many crew for the amount of flights that we do. We are operating at a severe minimum. Like, we are literally operating at like so few flights from what we used to do, which shows you that we are bringing in so much less money than what we used to do. So they really can't afford to recruit new crew right now, because we just aren't flying the amount of flights we need in order to need the amount of crew to crew those flights. Do you know what I mean? So the airlines are just trying to catch up. Once things go back to normal, once passengers are more comfortable traveling, once we start adding more of our routes back into our schedule and getting to the point where we actually are so busy that we need new crew, then that is when the airlines will start recruiting new people. But for now, I think we really need the government to allow people to travel for whatever reason they want, and not just essential business travel. We need the government to open our borders back up so that we can get more tourists into the country, just to get that ball rolling, so that the airlines can start really catching up properly and being able to operate the flights that they are used to operating, to get to the point where they need new crew again. So I honestly think it won't be until like this time next year before we're at that point, and then maybe even longer before they start hiring new people. I just really want to be realistic with you guys right now. We've all never been in something like this before. We've all never experienced a global pandemic before. But I do know for a fact that aviation will bounce back. It's just gonna take them a while. As you guys know, on my Instagram, I am forever and always posting. Whenever I know of an airline that is hiring, I will always post it on my Instagram. If I am vlogging at the time, I will mention it in a vlog. So just keep following me on my social media, and I swear as soon as any airline starts recruiting again, I will be the first to tell you, and I'll be the first to announce it, because that will also be very exciting for me, because I will know that you guys will have a chance to apply and hopefully join me in the sky. today this vlog went live on my channel, and Hope Williams, you commented these questions at the bottom of that vlog, so let me quickly answer yours first and then I'll get to the others. I came across your channel when I was doing research on flight attendants. I'm really considering it. I have no experience at all. I just wanted to know if you can give me a guideline as to how I go about becoming a flight attendant and the training. Okay, a lot of people ask me this particular question. I made an entire video about how to become a flight attendant in South Africa. That was the very first video on my channel. So if you have not seen that video, I'm going to put it in the cards, and it's always in my description bar. So check that one out, because that is the one that tells you how to go about becoming a flight attendant in this country. So if I answer this question, I am literally just repeating that video, and also it will take me like 20 minutes to actually answer because it's quite a process. So go check out that video, that will answer that question. And then the training as well. I've made several videos on the training to become a flight attendant. First, you do ab initio training. Once you get hired into an airline, you have to do company specific training, and you get recurrent training every year. And there are specific modules in your license that you have to also do maybe every 2 years or every 3 years, depending on the module. But I have spoken about that in so many of my training videos. I will link those in the description box as well to check out, because again, if I answer that question specifically, that will also take up like 20 minutes of this video. So please check those videos out. Also, I'm from Cape Town. Which training facilities can I go to this side? So I went to Future Flyers in Kempton Park, and I know that there is a Future Flyers Cape Town. So maybe Google them and call them and ask them about how to go about training with them and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm sure a Google search will help you out just for your area as well. I'm sure there's more than one cabin crew training school in Cape Town. You also asked, is it mandatory to get customer service experience? No, but a lot of the airlines do prefer it. I want to say some of them do say it's required, but most of them just prefer to know that you have experience working with other people. I would say if you can get customer service experience, go for it. If you really can't, then that's okay. Get your cabin crew license and apply anyway. But right now, because we've got the time, because we're in COVID and airlines aren't hiring anyway, you might as well get customer service experience in the meantime. So Renee Blake DM'd me and you asked me quite a few questions. You are 17, heading into matric, really want to be a flight attendant. I've been watching your YouTube channel and your videos are very helpful. Thank you. I'm unsure of what to study in varsity. There's no specific diploma or degree you have to have in varsity in order to become a flight attendant. Like I've mentioned before, in order to qualify to become a flight attendant, the most important thing is having a cabin crew license that is current. So you have to go and do your ab initio training, and a good recommendation is to have customer service experience. But there is no specific degree you have to have. I don't have a degree and I'm a flight attendant, so it's up to you what you want to study in varsity. Study whatever it is that you want to study. If you want to focus on travel related things, go for it. If you want to have a business degree just as a backup in case you ever stop flying or something like that, then go for it. There is no exact degree that you need in order to become a flight attendant, so you can study whatever you want to study. My dream airline is SAA. Would you recommend me to rather call or email them for the questions? I'm not too sure, like, what do you mean by that? But I think SAA is everybody's dream airline, honestly. Any flight attendant in South Africa that started flying obviously wanted to one day fly for their national carrier, and SAA is that for us. But obviously, if you pay attention to the news, you would know that SAA is having a lot of financial troubles right now, and have been for many years. I'm pretty sure the last time they recruited crew was 2015, if not 2016. If you know someone there that is able to give you answers about like their recruitment process, go for it. But as far as I know, they aren't recruiting right now. So I hope that my answers are helpful to you in the meantime. Please rate your experience as a passenger on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't know. I don't like flying as a passenger. So I'm going to give every passenger experience of mine as like a 2. Because I really don't like sitting on an airplane and just being a passenger. I hate it. Like, I honestly hate being a passenger and to have nothing to do and to wait for like food to come to me and to like have to ask permission to do things. I just really have never enjoyed being a passenger. Like, of course I loved aviation, I love the experience of flying, but I just don't like flying as a passenger. What are the best benefits as a flight attendant specifically for you? I don't really see it that way. I don't know, I'm not really the type of person that looks at this and thinks what's in it for me. I just really honestly love what I do. I honestly just love my job, and that's where I get all the pleasure of doing my job from. And I love sharing it with you guys, so that also is pretty cool. But in terms of like flight attendant benefits specifically, we get flying benefits, you know, we can jump seat for free, we can fly standby, and also getting some very discounted standby international flights is really cool. I know of one of my colleagues flew to South America a couple of years back, and he only paid like 800 Rand. And usually a ticket to like South America is like between 8 and 12,000 Rand as far as I understand. So it is a huge discount that you get when you are in the airline industry. And yeah, the flying benefits are really, really good. Do you guys fly out for free? Yes. Does the company cover accommodation and basic needs for the destination until you're sent back home? Basically, yes. But because I fly for a local low-cost airline, we do only turns, so we're usually home every night. Let's say I flew to Cape Town and something happened, like maybe we had a mechanical on our aircraft and we just ended up being stuck in Cape Town, then yes, the airline would pay to get us put into a hotel for the night. We have our own hotel rooms, we don't need to share with anyone. The airline will organize for a shuttle to come get us from the airport, take us to the hotel. We each get a hotel room, spend the night there, and then the next morning they'll obviously shuttle us back to the airport for our flight home. And most of these hotels do like free breakfast or something, so that's really cool. But yes, they take care of us while we're there. Okay, and then Hilda, you asked how or where did you apply for your job? Did you see an ad? Haha. My job history as a flight attendant is a little bit peculiar. It's a little weird. Some random crap has happened in the last couple years that has gotten me to where I am. Of course, I'm absolutely 1000% grateful for where I am, but it was just a weird windy road getting here. So I will maybe do a story time on that one day when I'm ready to talk about it, because there was some like bad stuff that happened on the way, which was really, really unfair, which I just, it was horrible. But anyway, in general, I want to generally answer your question. Yes, generally it is just an ad that you see, and that is how you apply for a job. Overall, it is about just paying attention to the airlines social media pages and their website and stuff. So I honestly, when I was still like right in the beginning of job searching, I had bookmarked every South African airline that I wanted to work for, and I would maybe every 2 weeks go on their website and check their careers page to see if they had an opening for cabin crew. I would also pay a lot of attention to their Facebook and their Instagrams. Have you ever thought about applying for international airlines? No, I do not want to be an international flight attendant. I know it might be weird. A lot of people ask me this question because I guess a lot of people want to be an international airline flight attendant. I know that I want to be South African based. I know that I don't want to fly for Emirates. I don't want to fly for Qatar. I don't want to fly for any of those international airlines. I really love being home. I love knowing that I'm home every night. If I flew for SAA, obviously I would get really nice layovers overseas, but I would still be South African based, so that would be really cool. But since that's not an option for me, I don't want to go to any of the other international airlines at all. For you, if you want to be an international flight attendant, go for it, man. Like, you do your thing. So you say the pay is on average 10 to 15,000 Rand. Is the job satisfying enough for that income? That depends on you and your priorities, girl. Depends on where you want to put your money. If you decide to waste your money on things that you don't necessarily need but that cost a lot of money, then that's up to you. If you maybe have to support your family with that money, then maybe it will get stretched a bit thin, but ultimately it depends on your priorities and how you decide to budget. But I thought it was a good enough salary, and we're all always happy to get more money. Obviously, it's the world we live in. Prices are always getting higher and higher of things, so I don't blame anyone for wanting more money. I also want more money. Like, it would be nice to upgrade my car one day, you know. But I think for a lot of my friends who still live with their parents, it's even better, because then they don't have to pay rent and electricity and internet and blah blah blah. So they just help out where they want to help out, I guess. So yeah, again, depends on your priorities, depends what you want to spend your money on. Do you see yourself working as a flight attendant in 10 years? No, I don't. I see myself in aviation in 10 years, but not as a flight attendant. I am currently studying to get my degree because I would like to be qualified to do something else within the airline industry. I want to still work for my airline, but I would like to eventually stop flying. I think in the next 5 to 8 years, I want to stop flying. I want to, obviously, as a flight attendant, I want to upgrade. I want to become a senior and eventually an instructor one day. And then after that, I would like to get more of an office job, because when you're based in the office, then, you know, you get weekends off, you get holidays off, and that would be nice. I want to stay in aviation for as long as they'll have me, but I don't want to always be a flight attendant. Worst flight attendant experience ever. I don't really have one, right? Like, I don't think I've really experienced very many bad situations on the job. Like, I've had a few bad ones here and there. I've heard of my colleagues having way worse experiences than me, of course. So if they give me permission, I'll definitely do like a story time of like bad flight attendant experiences for you guys. But personally, I've had like challenging moments, but never like a worst one. I think I've been lucky thus far, but hey, I'm only like 3 years in, so I think something will come up. Have you met some cute guys? Asking for a friend. Okay, yes, I have. I have met some very cute guys while flying. I've worked with some very cute pilots while flying, and I've been asked out by a celebrity. I think he was like a Zimbabwean celebrity or something. He was really good looking, and I was single at the time, so why didn't I give him a number? I don't know. You meet them everywhere, I guess. If you're constantly working with people, you're obviously going to meet some attractive ones. And then, do you need to be a certain size or height? And if so, what are the requirements? Okay, so you don't necessarily need to be a specific size, let's say, as long as you fit in your jump seat, as long as you know, can do your job, as long as you can comfortably walk down the aisle, as long as you don't go out of breath just walking from the front of the plane to the back of the plane, you know, as long as you can do your job, the airlines are happy with the height. As long as you can reach your overhead stowage bins, usually you need to be about 1.5 meters tall in order to be able to reach those overhead stowages, because the overhead stowages, not only do you need to close them for like the baggage when the passengers are on board, but also we have emergency equipment up there, and you need to be able to reach that without having to like ask for help, because if we're in an emergency, like, you can't be asking a passenger to get up and get you that oxygen bottle. You need to be able to sort that out yourself. And I think that's it. Awesome. Thank you so much to Hope, Renee, and Hilda for all of your questions. I really enjoyed answering them for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my answers. I don't know if you still have other questions, obviously ask me in the comments below, and I will answer you in the comments right now. Like, if you ask me a question, I will answer them in the comments today. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I thought it would be a few months before I was sitting down to do another Q&A, but I absolutely love that you guys have questions for me, and I love doing these, so I really hope you enjoyed it. So I'm gonna drive home now because I'm sitting in a random parking lot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a massive thumbs up if you did, because that really helps out my channel, and subscribe if you're new. I will be seeing you guys all on the next video. Don't forget to spread good vibes and be kind. Bye bye.